Warning, this video contains flashing lights. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everybody and welcome to another video. So, as some of you may know, I am going to be hosting another SMP in the future, another Minecraft server, with some of my friends. And this one is going to be the last SMP of the reset arc, which is the current story we've been doing since Minezone, which happened 3 years ago. This arc has covered 4 servers so far, so Minezone, Inkwell, Daybreak, and Afterglow. And this next one's going to be the last one. So, I decided to put together this video that will explain all the lore, all the important stuff that you need to know before going into this next one. I really hope you guys enjoy it, because this is the SMP lore so far. The history of Minezone is pretty well documented at this point. It was a server started late in 2020 and owned by the one, the only, Master Ozone. The main story of Minezone is split into 2 acts. Act 1 mainly focuses on Psychic finding his footing in the server, and Act 2 follows the story after Catastrophe. If you like a more in-depth explanation of what went on in the server, there will be 2 videos in the description covering both acts. Now let's get started. Act 1 starts and everything is basically normal in the Minecraft server. The first interesting, notable event is that Ozone built a Coliseum to praise the gods, but this never goes anywhere. The second notable event is Deepest grinding netherite armor and becoming the strongest on the server. Psychic sees his actions as pushing his weight around, so Psychic starts a feud against Deepest. Psychic eventually moves to the jungle and starts to work on the lab. The third notable event is Psychic built an Enderman farm to collect XP, and this really upsets Inky. Inky is a big fan of Endermen, and he saw this as inhumane. Inky promptly sues Psychic as he claims that it's an evil contraption or something. I don't really know. He has his weird little, explanations for why he does it. Psychic wins the case and blows up the courthouse.
I say, with my mallet in hand, I say on January the 9th, a Saturday, 2021, that the Enderman form will stay.
Yes!
Yeah,
we did it!
My divorce
We
now?
did it!
Psychic. I challenge you to a one-on-one duel.
Okay, here you
Or
go.
the
3, 2, 1, go! David! Run!
Oh my god!
Just go for the no! It was never meant to be!
I win!
Inky then challenges Psychic to a duel, as he knew that he would never really win in an actual court case. Psychic accepts the duel, and the two begin fighting. However, Deepest, who had been on Inky's side, decided that he's too good to follow the rules of the 1v1 and kills Psychic, claiming, "It doesn't matter, I can do what I want." This inadvertently actually makes Inky lose the battle because it was supposed to be a 1v1. Psychic is able to go home and celebrate the victory. Psychic decides to host an event where everyone kills the Ender Dragon, and everything seems okay. That's when Johnny Blocks, who had been messing with Psychic, accidentally set Blueberry on fire. Now, Blueberry was Psychic's absolute favorite pet on the server, and now he was gone. This upsets Psychic, but Deepest takes his opportunity to purposely crossbow 3 more of Psychic's parrots. Because Blueberry's death was accidental, Psychic doesn't do anything to Johnny, but since Deepest purposely killed Psychic's pets, Psychic declared war on Deepest, and that's where Act 1 leaves off. In Act 2, Psychic gets the help of Underscore and Anonable to take control of the server. They form the new council. Deepest in turn made the resistance to fight against them. The new council abandoned the lab and built a new and improved version in the desert called it was called the new lab. We're very good at naming things, okay? We're very good at it. Anyway, just a small detail. Psychic then hosts another event, which is a camping trip, and after that, Psychic decides it's time to start putting all of his effort into the war. Psychic finishes the base completely, and it stands very tall in the desert. It is very imposing and cool, and I'm totally not biased when I say it was probably the coolest base on the server. Then Psychic decides to host a second event. This one was called Psychic Survival Island. Psychic found a perfect set of islands and set up an event. Little did he know, the consequences of these actions would be tremendous. These islands were cursed by someone who looked and sounded exactly like Psychic. It was Psychic, the psycho pirate of the Seven Seas. He had been using these islands as a base of operations. Using his machine, he would take the lives of anyone who died near the island and trap their souls in the machine, giving him infinite life. After many of the players died, the remaining survivors were able to destroy the machine, free everyone's soul, and defeat the pirate. During the event, however, Psychic put Evan's pet Snowfox in a boat where it unfortunately drowned. I'm sure that won't come back to bite Psychic in the butt later. After this event, Psychic and the new council decided that they were going to take the first shot of the war. They blew up Ozone's Coliseum, and in its place, they built the Crimson Coliseum, a place where they would judge the members of the Resistance and punish them according to their crimes against the server. After the island event, something strange happened. A new enemy seemed to appear, leaving notes around for Psychic and stealing stuff from him. He threatened to destroy the whole server. Seeing this, Psychic and Deepest made a temporary truce to find this cocky person and contain them. They started calling this person Hotshot, because he talked like he was big and cool and was perfect, so Psychic called him a hotshot. The truce didn't last, however, as Deepest took this opportunity to steal Blueberry's feather, the only feather that had escaped the fire. After a trade and a heist, Psychic got it back. Wanting to put on a fun event for everyone, Psychic set up a machine to celebrate 50 episodes of Minezone, but the machine broke, and it ended up sending everyone to the very beginning of Minezone. However, there was some hope. Experiments done on the dragon egg showed it held great power. If they could get the egg, they could go back home. They eventually succeed, they get the egg, and they build a machine and travel back to their own time. Once home, Psychic finishes every single aspect of the new lab, including the inside, and goes to an event that Evan is hosting. It turns out this event was a trap. The event had been rigged with TNT and Evan was actually Hotshot. Hotshot was basically an alternate personality Evan had buried in his head as a result of a potion which essentially separated Evan's positive and negative emotions. And when Psychic accidentally killed this pet on the island, it brought Hotshot to the surface. Although when Hotshot was created isn't really known. After Hotshot fails at killing them, he kind of just pieces out. He just kind of dips. With that threat finally contained, it was finally time between the battle between the new council and the Resistance. Both teams met at a battlefield, but Psychic comes up with a plan. Psychic rigs a machine that should explode the Resistance, but it doesn't go as planned. It tries to explode everyone on the server, so the two teams eventually work together to destroy the command block controlling it, and the battle is over. With the server almost destroyed by their actions, the two teams put aside issues, and the server goes back to a time of peace. Psychic ends the series by fulfilling a promise he made on episode 1 of Act 1 and opens the Sand Stand, ready and willing to live a peaceful life. However, someone had other plans. Oh, hello everybody. Underscore told me to come to cords around this area and look around. And oh, a hole.
This makes sense.
Alright, it's a cave, obviously. Underscore loves his caves. And it's a portal. So I assume he wants me to meet him. There he is!
Psychic. It's about time you showed up.
We've got something very
Important.
as
Sure.
for where.
You know about the reset, right?
The reset, yeah.
The reset's coming, and I've got something prepared for this.
Can I have some cake?
Don't. No, you cannot. Maybe later. We'll see. Okay, come on. Follow
Right? What's up?
me. See this?
Wait, what is...
Okay, just have a step inside.
Wait, what are these?
I'll explain it. These are our
Wait a minute.
items. These are some of the items that express us most. That we have.
Wait, is that Blueberry?
That is.
Is that Perpy?
You seem to have bonded with your pets most in this iteration of the world.
That's Floofy's berry. You took these? Why'd you take these?
We'll need them later. Okay, just trust me. Okay, have a step in.
Okay.
Now, we're gonna hit this.
What the? Wait, we're in the nether. How'd you get water?
Doesn't matter right now. Listen, in what we're doing right now, we can retain our memories for the next, for the reset. After the reset, we can know what's gonna happen. We can remember everything from this.
What if I don't want to retain my memories?
Doesn't make any sense. Don't you want that? We need your capabilities, your
But
memories.
why? I mean, it hasn't even started yet. Why are we doing this?
The reset is very soon. We need to stay here. You can't abort this. It's too late. It's too late to turn back now.
No, I'm not. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. I don't want to be a part of this.
Oh, you'll come around sooner than later.
No, I won't. No, close the door. What the? What?
Too late
What?
to turn back now.
No!
You're gonna wake up eventually, and you are going to remember.
Underscore, fascinated with the machine on Psychic Survival Island, uncovered a fact that would shake the foundation of the SMPs as we know it. He found out that after a certain amount of time, the world would reset. Underscore, wanting to study and use its power, made a bunker that would let him retain all memories and motivations, because he believed that those things would disappear after a reset. However, he needed help. Just before the reset, Underscore lured Psychic into the bunker and put him in a preservation pod. Once there, Underscore explained what they were doing, and Psychic freaked out. Psychic didn't want to be a part of this. He thought it was unnatural and unnecessary. He broke out of the pod, but the reset was already happening. Before he could escape the bunker, the world reset, and everything went white. Psychic wakes up in Inkwell. It's day 1, but Psychic doesn't feel great. He leaves the group and finds a waterfall cliff. He climbs up and makes a base. However, he passes out for an unknown amount of time. While Psychic slept, something else was wrong. Another player from somewhere else had joined the server. It turns out this was Jen. Jen lived just outside spawn with her baby piglin children. But it's strange, she didn't belong, but no one else really noticed. After a while, Psychic wakes up. He realizes he can't remember anything except one word, Minezone, and Psychic travels back towards spawn where he runs into Stitchy. The two work together and Psychic recruits a few more people, Hashi and Johnny. Together, they make the Hourglass Watchers, and together, they built Copper Cove, a hidden base. Why Psychic wanted to make a group and a base was unknown to them, but they went along with it. Psychic also ran into Underscore, who knew what was going on with Psychic. Psychic and his friends killed the Ender Dragon and got the egg. That's when Inky was asked to get the egg from Psychic. Psychic handed it over, because apparently Underscore had asked for it, just wanting the achievement. Psychic, handing it over, didn't know what was going to happen. A day later, Inky hadn't returned. Psychic, fearing Underscore was behind it all, left a book for the Hourglass Watchers and took off for his base. Psychic makes it to Underscore's base, which is right in front of the end portal. Underscore then tries to remind Psychic about what has happened. When that doesn't quite work, he knocks Psychic into the portal and traps him. This is the start of the movie, The Other Side of the Hourglass. Stitchy searches for Psychic and finds the book. He calls together the Hourglass Watchers and they hold a meeting. They read the book, which reveals that Psychic has been having issues and he thinks Underscore's behind it all. The Hourglass Watchers gear up and make their way to Underscore's base. When they get there, they find it in ruins. They search the base and find Inky trapped. They free him, and Inky reveals Underscore was asking about the servers and trapped Inky because he was the ruler of the server. The four decide that they need to confront him. Inky says Underscore's in the end, so they hop down and go through the portal. Parallel to all of this, Psychic wakes up trapped in a machine. Underscore stands in front of him, and he explains that he's figured out the resets by using 3 key items called anchor items. If you use these anchor items, you can retain not your memories, your motivations. Psychic interrupted the process in Minezone, and Underscore is going to fix that. Underscore says he's going to wait for the next reset that's coming, and he and Psychic are going to go into the next server. Psychic, not wanting this, because he doesn't understand what's going on, tries to break out, but he can't. The only thing he can do is sit and watch as the machine gains power. Underscore starts to prepare for the reset when the Hourglass Watchers appear. Underscore monologues at them for a while, but then they're ready to fight. Underscore, realizing he needs to get rid of them, presses a button. The button shoots out a ton of ender pearls. Underscore zips around the group and is ready to fight. The 5 fight for the fate of Inkwell. The Hourglass Watchers are losing, and they pull back to discuss the game plan, when suddenly Underscore shoots an arrow and knocks Inky into the portal.
The reset is coming soon, and we...
Inky lands in the overworld in front of everyone else on the server. He explains that the world is ending and he needs to get back. Inky runs for the portal. Johnny, Stitchy, and Hashi are caught off guard because Inky is gone. Johnny sees something before the other two can react, and then Johnny is hit with an arrow and disappears. Stitchy and Hashi think he's fallen in, but then they see it. Johnny had thrown an ender pearl just in time and is now above Underscore, and Johnny has an idea. He tells them not to fight Underscore, but to break the machine instead. Stitchy and Hashi then work together. One holds off Underscore while the other shoots the end crystals. With every crystal shot, the machine loses power. Once all 8 were destroyed, Johnny is able to, as he said, progress the plot and destroy the core of the machine.
I'm about to progress the plot, guys.
Johnny, I swear. I can't believe you. There's no telling what you've just done.
Underscore, however, isn't giving up yet. He's angry and pulls out a crossbow to hold Psychic hostage and shoot the others, when suddenly an arrow comes out of nowhere and hits him in the arm. Underscore drops the crossbow and Psychic picks it up. Inky runs in and gives, honestly, well, I'll just show you.
You just got inked. Okay, yeah, that sounded better in my head.
Bruh. Moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Inky. He made it and he was able to save them. Underscore, now unarmed and outnumbered, runs. He makes it to the edge and turns back. Psychic confronts him, but Underscore doesn't explain. In anger, he makes fun of Blueberry and Psychic loses it. Psychic punches Underscore off the edge and he falls laughing. Now in shock, everyone doesn't know what to do, but at that moment, the reset starts. But it fails. The Hourglass Watchers leave the end victorious, but when they make it back home, the base is in ruins. Underscore's laughter rings in Psychic's ears, but it's okay. Psychic reveals that he's made room for everyone in Copper Cove, and the group celebrates a new day. Later that day, Psychic returns to Underscore's base and finds a picture. It's a memory of Minezone. This makes Psychic reconsider Underscore's motives. He goes to the end, he builds a grave for Underscore. Psychic feels guilty. The last memory of good times before the war is over. That's what Underscore had cherished most. Underscore often doesn't explain himself, and Psychic didn't know why he did what he did. Psychic is sitting and thinking when suddenly Underscore appears behind him, but it's just a hallucination. I think. Psychic's hallucination reveals that another reset is coming in only a few days. Psychic, not wanting to waste time, leaves. Psychic tries to sleep but keeps having bad dreams. Something is wrong. Something about the hallucination bothers him. He can't get the events of the movie out of his head. Stitchy, worried about Psychic, takes him out of the house thinking fresh air will be good. They head to a snowy biome because Stitchy needs materials. There, Psychic finds a snow fox and quickly warms up to him. Psychic adopts him as Poof. The three head back to the base, and with his new friends, Psychic is finally able to sleep. The next day, Psychic reveals to the Hourglass Watchers that the reset is coming today. The group accepts this, so they decide to take the day to explore the world one last time. No one hears what happens in Psychic's room. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have until midnight to, live our lives. So,
Yeah.
get your affairs in order, I guess, because at midnight, it's off to the next server.
Well, if the world is ending, I can just blow up stuff.
Exactly.
Oh, wow, wow, wow!
After the meeting, Psychic stops by to say bye to Poof, but Poof is gone. Psychic, thinking he might just be hiding in Copper Cove, leaves. After they spend time reminiscing about the day, it's time. The group gathers at spawn where lights are piercing the ground. The colors are the same as the lights that showed Underscore's machine's power, which is interesting. One by one, the players zoom up into the sky until only Psychic remains. Psychic looks behind him, but something isn't right. He shakes it off, it's probably just in his head. Psychic looks up at the moon, wondering what will happen when the sun rises again. With that, Psychic jumps in and zooms up into the sky, leaving the world behind. Copper Cove was empty and silent. Wait, was it? A noise was coming from Psychic's room. If someone was there, they would have gone into the room out of curiosity, but there was no one there to see it. If they had been there, they would have seen that the TV was on. A figure stood in the static. Then they moved closer. The world started fading. The reset was starting. The figure moved closer. Right before the world fully reset, a hand burst through the screen and malicious laughter was heard. Inky lands on a mountain. This world is kind of different. There are already some stuff here. Inky finds a sign that says Mount Zenith. Inky turns to the fountain in the middle of the mountain, and standing at the top is Psychic. Psychic jumps down, and the two walk to the peak, ready to see the dawn of a new world.
I can't tell how long it's been. It feels like I've been asleep.
Yeah. I guess that was a reset, huh? Well,
Yeah.
whole new world. What are we waiting
Yeah,
for?
it looks pretty nice.
Yeah. I wonder who built this stuff.
Yeah. Nice view.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of stuff's
So-
gonna happen.
How are you holding up?
I'm fine. I think I definitely want to have a bit of a calmer experience this time.
That's very reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
yeah.
we don't want anything to go down like last time, you know. Wow.
Whoa. Yeah. I definitely gonna keep busy this time. Got some plans.
Oh, really? What do you got planned?
I'd rather keep it secret for now.
Oh, okay. But you'd better know if it's anything mischievous, I'll have to come after you.
Well, Inky, if you think I'm being so mischievous, there's only one thing for you to do. You gotta catch me if you can.
Alright.
Psychic moves to the edge of the jungle to build a new base. He lives near Stitchy, Johnny, Jay, and Vault. Jay, Stitchy, Vault, and Psychic decide to make a TV show for fun. They film Inkcast, where the four live in a house and get into silly shenanigans. They film a pilot episode, but near the end, something is wrong.
And that, dear children, is why you should never put holes in the house. The end. How'd you like my short story?
Not a child.
That wasn't very believable. The plot hook doesn't seem to stick very well.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not a professional writer, and yes, you are a child.
Oh, okay.
And that's why we'll always remember what happened to our good friend Psychic.
Wait,
He
what
will
did
be
happen to
missed.
Psychic?
What happened to Psychic?
Yep, he's gone. They all died because of what happened in Minezone. The end.
Yep, gone forever.
Oh. Dibs on his stuff.
Can
No, me first.
Can anyone hear me? And they never found them again.
Psychic, seeing the episode change from how he remembers it, is unnerved and runs out of the house. It gets dark and Psychic is lost in the jungle. While exploring, he runs into a figure. It's a girl, but Psychic has never seen her before. It's not a player from the server. The figure introduces herself as Static, and she hands over a few interesting items. There are items from Inkwell. One is the picture from Minezone that Underscore had. The other was the Inkwell Dragon Egg. Seeing this person bring the most powerful item from one world to another freaks Psychic out, so he runs away. Psychic considers telling Inky this, but he keeps it a secret for now and tries to figure something out. Then, when looking at the items, Psychic starts to come up with an idea. Inky calls Psychic to chat because Psychic has been acting off, and while walking around Spawn, someone emerges from a grave. This person, called Radver, says they used to be the guardian of the Dragon Egg. He seems to imply that Psychic has a Dragon Egg, but Inky knows that no one has entered the end yet. Inky gets suspicious, but Psychic is able to calm them down for now. Radver then leaves and is not seen again. Just who was that? Was it really a spirit? Or something more sinister? Psychic decides he needs a break, and after seeing that picture again, Psychic wants to do a real island vacation. Psychic gathers his friends and they all go to an island paradise, or that was the plan. It is at this moment that Static reveals herself to the entire group. She hijacks Psychic's event and puts them through a series of torture games designed to kill them. She finishes the game by spawning a wither to kill them, but they all rebel and decide that they're no longer going to play her game. Once they do that, Static disappears and the players are allowed to go back home. Psychic, worried about Static, tells Vault about his plan. Vault agrees to help. While Vault is working, Inky drops in to talk, but Vault is acting very suspicious. See, Vault is the professor of the server. Vault has been doing research to figure out all the mysteries of how the world works, so of course, people would come to him. Inky presses Vault but gets nowhere. Inky now knows something is up. He decides to call everyone for an event. They have a battle in the Coliseum, a series of 1v1s, and Psychic wins. Inky gives him a knockback stick, then announces to everyone that he's going to be closing off the end.
We all head out?
Ooh, awesome, cool. What's up? What's up, Inky?
So, first off, thank you all for coming to the arena for the tournament. It was a lot of fun. I personally had a lot of fun. Hope you did as well.
I had a lot of fun winning and kicking Evans, but...
Alright, but I do, hey, everybody, let's calm down. I do have one more announcement. It may be a bit unpopular, but...
What do you mean, what's unpopular?
So...
Listen, Inky, it's pronounced GIF. I know it's unpopular, but it's pronounced GIF.
It's really not... So...
to the announcement.
Yes, after careful consideration, I have decided that for the general health and safety of the public, I will be closing the end dimension indefinitely.
Wait, what?
What? You can't do that.
You can't make that kind of rule. Wait.
I know you may be upset and confused, but
what are you talking about?
Please trust management in this time. I am not at liberty.
I do not trust management.
Okay,
You're the one in charge.
Just calm down. Now, like, really, this is for everyone's own good.
Is it?
Oh,
yes,
good. You
it
just put us through
absolutely
a
is.
death
Is it,
match.
Inky? Are you
Inky.
sure?
So you're
What?
saying,
We should get to decide this. This should be a vote.
No,
you're saying
Yeah, we should at least have some say in this.
listen, I'm
At least
sorry.
all
It
the
is not.
information Why?
This is just a matter of public safety. I'm just took it into my own hands here. It's for
Say we
everyone's
hold
own
him
good.
underwater until he can't breathe.
No, let's not do that. That sounds like a bad idea. Now, this is really for the sake, everyone's safety, you know? Everyone, including, oh no. Where's Psychic?
I don't know, but I gotta get going.
Vault?
Yeah.
Why leaving so soon?
I just gotta go. I have plans.
You're pretty close with Psychic.
Wait.
I mean,
You
just
know,
because our houses are
Please don't. Please don't.
Are you okay?
just because our houses are 5 blocks apart
Vault,
doesn't mean
please
I know
don't.
that he's on top of that mountain where the Nether portal is.
Fall, you idiot!
Buffalo Vault's eye line.
What? Oh no.
What the hell?
There's nothing up there, guys.
Follow me, everyone.
What the hell is that?
Let's not follow Inky, guys. He just made one bad decision.
I'm
How do
in
you know
front of
that?
you, Inky. Follow me.
One. He's gonna
That
make
is a
another one,
fair
guys.
point.
Come on.
Now or never.
What the hell? What is happening up there? What?
Let's just all take a break, grab some juice, kick back on a couch, talk this out.
No!
Something's going on, and I'm going
What
to
is
see.
that?
Last time I kicked back on a couch, I fell down.
There's a nether Since when is there a nether portal up here?
It's just some wool with some stained glass, you know.
That is
No,
not
it's
wool,
not.
stained
It's
glass.
obsidian with portal inside it.
It's an art project.
Are you sure about
Evan,
that?
let's
Yeah,
wait
it's
for
my
everyone to
art
get up here. We
project.
go into this together.
No, let's not go. Wait, guys.
Something is afoot.
Let's talk this out first. Let's talk this out first.
Wait. Can we
Vault,
just hold on?
get out of my way.
Get out of the way.
I have to do it. I have to do it.
It's
What?
stubby. Nothing's happening, guys. It's fine. We're all
What's
fine.
going on?
3.
Your vault.
Come on, it's time. Come on.
Psychic! Psychic, what are you doing?
There's nothing happening. There's nothing up here.
Wait, what's the end egg doing
What
here?
the? What?
We gotta go.
No.
No, we gotta go! It seems that the spirit that came out talked him into closing the end. Psychic, hearing this, realizes that if he doesn't put his plan into motion soon, it will never be able to work. Psychic sneaks past Inky and runs to a portal. The group notices Psychic is gone and sees him jump into a portal. They follow him. Psychic enters a chamber and he sets the Ender Dragon egg on a pedestal. The room glows with power, and he enters the main room. There's a pod in the middle surrounded by beams of light and 3 pedestals. Psychic places an item in each pedestal, and with that, thunder is heard, and Underscore is brought back to life. Psychic flees with Underscore, and the two escape to a hideout. Vault, who is also on the run for helping Psychic, convinces Jay to go with him. Together, the 4 of them go and raid a distant abandoned island base, but when there, they decide to just make that their base. Meanwhile, Inky forms a group to catch the runaways. It consists of Inky, Evan, Jen, and Saga. They split up and start going around looking for Psychic and the runaways. Psychic holds a meeting with his crew, but while talking, Psychic starts to lose the ability to hear them. White noise starts playing in his ear. Psychic starts to lose it and leaves the group. The group lets Psychic go because they think he's just going for a walk because he's under stress. Later, they go to find him, but he's missing. The group starts to panic. Psychic heads to his house, the only place with a TV on the server. There, Static lures him into the living room, and... Now both groups are searching for Psychic. With the chaos unfolding, 2 people meet up. J-Pig, who has turned into J-Pug, and Evan, who is actually Hotshot, come to an agreement. J-Pug sells out the base, and Evan comes up with a plan. Once they have Underscore, it'll all come to fruition. Hotshot heads back to his group to tell them that he knows where the base is. J-Pug goes back to the group and tells them that he saw that Inky has taken Psychic. Both sides get heated when they meet at the entrance to the island base. Both are on the verge of attacking. Both sides want to know where Psychic is, and both sides think the other has the answer. Then, the first shot is taken. The talk devolves into a fight. Meanwhile, Psychic wakes up on Inkwell. He's confused, but hears Static's voice taunting him. Psychic struggles to the end where Static is. Static tells Psychic how everything is his fault and he should just give up and give in. Static feeds off all the bad parts of Psychic. Psychic almost falls, but remembers the island event. He figures out that Static actually has a weakness. Psychic stands up to Static, he accepts that he's done wrong and stops fighting for control. Psychic thinks that Static only gains power from having perceived control and gets stronger if people are fighting against her and her presence. If Psychic can just accept that she's gonna stick around and be here, she loses that power and loses the control that she has. Psychic tells the disembodied voice of Static that he gives in. Static becomes desperate, because she feels that she's losing power. Without that power, she becomes vulnerable. To preserve herself, she agrees to let Psychic go and give him a favor. Psychic agrees to this and jumps into the void. Psychic breaks out of the TV with new power. He now has the power of Static. He now has the powers that she has. Static is now a part of him. Psychic flies into the air to get back to the island base, fearful of what has happened in his absence. The two groups are fighting and Underscore has joined. Suddenly, Psychic appears and tells them to stop fighting. Both sides are shocked. They see Psychic's new appearance and ask him what happened. Psychic explains about Static, but while explaining, J-Pug and Hotshot make their move. They grab Underscore and run towards Evan's house. Hotshot has created a plan to take over the server, making himself the ruler without any possible resistance from anybody. But he believed that the Underscore situation would get in his way and prevent him from carrying out his plan, and he wanted to kill him. Meanwhile, J-Pug thrived on chaos and wasn't really loyal to anyone, so they teamed up to put an end to Underscore. They put him under Evan's house and tried to blow him up. In classic Hotshot fashion, it fails. While Psychic checks on Underscore, Hotshot and J-Pug flee. They run into the Nether and are cornered. Psychic is fed up with them and initiates a counterattack. Psychic and Static work together, and using their powers, Static takes control over Hotshot and traps him deep inside Evan's mind. Only a temporary fix, but one that would have to do for now. Psychic then uses his new powers to shoot J-Pug far, far into the sky where he won't bother them again. Evan wakes up and he's no longer under Hotshot's control. Static disappears again, having helped, and Psychic rejoins the group. Underscore reveals what he was trying to do in Inkwell. He was trying to keep Psychic in the cage to make sure that when the next reset happened, he wouldn't get more corrupted. The corruption in Psychic made him unable to understand what was going on, and because of the reset, no one else did either. They assumed Underscore was triggering the reset and wanted to hurt Psychic. Underscore, fully understanding the resets, got tired of them and tried to fight them off. When Psychic knocked him into the void, the reset triggered and Underscore was trapped outside of the world. Everyone starts to make peace and make up. They spend some time unwinding, but Psychic can tell something has changed. Psychic was corrupted from the first reset and wasn't in a pod during the second reset. Throughout Daybreak, Psychic has become more corrupted than he had ever been in Inkwell, and now he merged with another being that gave him more power. Psychic feels that something's going to be different next time. He started to get stronger and he's able to see more. Only one can wonder what's going to happen the next time the world resets. Has the corruption gone too far? However, Psychic wasn't the only one experiencing a corruption. Jen had been learning about the resets and had been studying magical items and decided that she needed power to make it through the next reset. She knew she was from somewhere else, so the reset would affect her differently. She realizes that she needs to physically embody the power, so she sheds her mortal coil and becomes a phantom. However, she can still do more. She starts researching Skull. Psychic, worried about his corruption and what comes next, joins everyone at Mount Zenith. There, everyone starts zooming up into the air. Everyone flies up until only Psychic and Inky remain. First one's there and the last. The two fist bump and the world goes white before the two zoom up and join the others. Afterglow has the least amount of lore. Everyone woke up after the reset in a tower. The server was very experimental and there were giant towers across the world. There were 12 players and they split into teams of 2. The teams were Saga and Perez as the Galaxy Lights, Jen and Kojil as Ad Astra, Evan and Arcadendo as Bright Brothers, Ozone and Chad as Moonlight, Inky and Jay as Luminites, and Vault and myself as the Shattered Stars. Psychic and Vault left for the desert. They set up base in a giant pyramid. Before the Ender Dragon fight, Psychic started using his powers to mess with Jay and accidentally caused Inky's cat to be killed. The Luminites sued Psychic for the death of the cat. Vault ended up representing Jay and betraying Psychic. Psychic had Ozone as a lawyer who couldn't talk much. After a chaotic and scuffed trial, Inky and Jay were declared the victors. This upset Psychic. He thought this was unfair. This started Psychic's corruption, to say. Psychic started by using underhand methods to convince the judge, Perez, to overturn the verdict. Psychic then set up events like the infamous Death Maze, which, sidebar, was a banger event, and yeah, it's definitely going to return in the future. It all culminated in a final battle where Vault, thinking Psychic had gone way off the deep end, decided to betray him and hopefully snap him out of whatever he was going on with. After the second betrayal, Psychic went all scorched earth and blew up Jay, Vault, and himself. Psychic spent the rest of the battle upset, but eventually calmed down and saw the error of his ways. The server ended and everyone got ready for the next server. Psychic claimed it would be the biggest server they'd ever done. There's not much lore in the server, but it is concerning to see how the cyan on Psychic's hair and clothes started creeping and infecting the other half of Psychic. The others who saw this were very concerned. After Psychic calmed down, he theorized that the corruption that had been inside of him since the Minezone reset started affecting his reasoning and judgment, and it was thanks to Vault, Jay, and Inky for snapping Psychic back to reality. Psychic decides that he will keep this from happening again. The question remains, however, was it really the Minezone corruption, or another's influence? After all, Psychic can tell that Static is still around somewhere, but she hadn't been seen in the server. Moving on to some other people's lore, Jen, who is now a phantom, moves in with Kojo, another person that seems different from the others. Jen researches Skulk more and more and soon starts to overtake her. With her sanity slipping, she gives into the reset. This might have consequences on the next world. What will happen on the next server? Will Psychic be cured of the corruption? What did Psychic know when he said the next server would be the biggest one yet? Will the group finally understand the true reasons behind the resets? You'll just have to wait to see in the Fractured SMP. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are excited for the next server. It's going to be starting soon, very soon, very, very soon, and we've already got some great stuff cooking, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. Alright, see you later. Bye-bye!